Hello.
Can everybody hear me okay? Can you see my screen?
Yeah.
Yes,
Okay,
we can.
perfect. Thank you. Perfect. Is it time? Yep. Okay. All right. So today I am going to continue, but I'm going to play Big Sis first. And I'm going to say that um half of y'all didn't follow directions. And I feel like half of y'all procrastinated and waited, and just because it was an extension, you still waited, and which means that you turned in the wrong stuff. The rubrics have been in here. They're usually going to be in here every week. Um, and so you will always know what I'm grading on. So Big Sis says you need to pay attention to that because there's no room for excuse if it's recorded and it's on the screen. And here's why I'm saying this, because there have been people who have gone to David and there have been people who have gone to the dean because I didn't update their grades in time. Okay. And the least I expect from you, if that's what y'all expect from me, expect me to do my job, I need you to do your job as a student, and I need you to pay attention. Okay. And the reason why is this industry is going to eat you alive if you cannot do or follow simple directions. It's right here. So for this upcoming assignment, here's the button, here's the due date, here's the rubric. But here's what I'm not going to do today. I'm not going to record. So pen and paper might be a really good idea today because I don't know, I just got frustrated. That's just straight up. So I'm not gonna lie to y'all. Yeah, hopefully you know that, and I'm coming at you straight. Okay. So today, I advise you take notes. It's some cool stuff, but besides making that metahuman, not in the mood today. All right. So I need y'all pen and paper, take notes, do whatever you need to do. Compare notes, do whatever. So today we're gonna do the second part of this assignment. You already have the video for the metahuman. The second part is to set up the conversational AI. In our level, there's a few things you must, please hear me, write this down, you must do to set it up. What is conversational AI? If y'all don't know about Jesse's project with Vivience, he's doing conversational AI. He's got some graduate students on it. And basically, what we're going to set up is a way to put a character, I don't know why this stopped all of a sudden, but a character into our level that gives us, that we can talk to, that gives us context about the story of the level. I think I've mentioned it to you a few times that you need to have a story to bring in there. And so I started out my level with with the prophecy type of thing. So I'm going to walk you through the steps for that. Now it's going to take a few steps in level. So let's start there. Okay. Any questions right now?
Yeah, I had a question real quick.
Yep.
Okay. Yeah, so sorry if my audio is bad. I'm driving a little bit right now.
No, you're
But
okay.
yeah, so in the second part, like the chess and the keys thing, yeah, my so the widget for the coins worked very well. Like I could look the coins and the interaction came up. The trouble started when I tried to, do the chess and the keys and things where I could like, put in all the blueprints and stuff in the keys. And I was wondering like where it might have, because like basically my character would not interact. Like I could still, collect coins and like stuff, but like I was wondering where my issue might have been because I'm pretty sure I followed all the blueprints and such
If you followed
to
it,
the
it would have
letter.
worked. Wait, but if you followed it, it would have worked. Right?
Yeah,
So
yeah.
it could
So
have
it's like
been, so we may have to do a session, which I don't mind. We can do it. I mean, whenever you get where you're going, this class goes until 4 something, 4:10. I can definitely jump on once you get settled. It could be as simple as you didn't have your collision box big enough, right? So I don't have a problem looking at it. Okay? So let's do that. Even if it's not today and it's tomorrow. I have time tomorrow.
All
Okay?
right, cool. Yeah. I was
Yeah.
wondering, like, yes, because I have to just send over my blueprints if that helps. Because I'm pretty sure, like, I think you're right about the collision boxes not being big enough. I just want to, like, double check to make sure I have everything
Sure.
squared
Because you're
away.
gonna need this working. You're gonna
Yeah,
need it working
yeah,
for your
definitely,
farm.
definitely. Yeah, thank you very much.
I have
Appreciate
no
that.
problem. Yeah, no problem. I have no problem. All right, let's get into Unreal. Yeah, let's get into Unreal. All right, so here are the things that you need to know. Conversational AI takes an API key that we will have to set up. Your player has to have a chat box attached to it, as does your character. So I'm going to go into, I just got all turned around. Over here, remember I had set up my metahuman person here. So this is the character I'm going to play with. So I'm going to start here, but let me go to plugins. So if I go back to, this is in week 4. You must have conversational AI for NPCs. You can get it in Fab, it's free, and then you have to install it to the engine. So if you're on a school computer, whenever you get there, you're going to need to get them to do it if you can't. You also need a conversational AI account. I just had that website up, but here's your link just in case. Okay. So those are the things that you need. So any story that you're coming with from your level, you need to have that as well, because I'm going to show you mine today. So once you get the thing installed to the engine, you just want to go to your plugins and you want to make sure that Come is installed, is turned on. Mine is not turned on. So that's a good thing to see, and just restart. Without this, we do not have access to the chat box. So conversational AI means that there'll be a chat box always on your screen. Okay. So this character, I'm going to find its blueprint. Now that we have that set up, we need to go to class settings, and we're going to have to change it to a Combi character. All right. Our player will need to be a Combi based player. So this needs to be a character. Now, once we've done that, hopefully you can see that we now have a chat box. So there's a chat bot, can't even talk, chat bot for the character. We'll go back to class defaults. So in order for the face to move, we have to click on the face, and we'll have to give it the Combine MetaHuman face animation. All right, that's how we're going to make the face move. We'll need to do the same thing for, okay, that took a second. We'll go do the same thing for the body so that we have the default body animation, which is basically like an item. All right, I'm going to compile. Yeah, that's moving slow. Oh, that's new. That's funny. Yeah, that's new. I'm gonna keep it because this is new. Interesting. The I feel a biscuit eater coming. The old way of doing it, you do not have access to. Um, I need somebody to see if they can go to MetaHumans Creator. Literally just search it up in Google. And I need to see if y'all still have access to it. This is what I'm talking about. Does anybody have access to this?
I'm signing in now.
Okay, so you do have access. Did the window came up?
I'm logging into
Oh, okay, got it.
my account.
Anybody else? Looking, okay. Anybody? So this is a new bug. Interesting to see. Interesting.
Yeah, I pulled it up too, and it's just telling me to download Unreal Engine.
Okay, so look, so it's not a me thing. Somebody else is having the same issue. Yeah, kind of hard to do that. I will look through that. I do want to walk you through this. So use every opportunity all the time. So this is the old way. And I can always share, I think I could share MetaHuman. Let me do it the old way so you can see that this actually works. So back in the day, we used to have Quixel Bridge before the amazing Fab, which I do not like. And you had access to metahumans. And these are the metahumans through the website. So if I choose a lady, I can download her into my project. And while I'm looking at this, I'm trying to see if this person has come up with a fix. And they're saying, look at I may have to pivot, which is fine. I don't mind pivoting. I think it behooves me to pivot. Let me take a small break. Well, not a break. Let me just get my notebook and we'll pivot, okay? Because I don't know why we got to come out with 5.7 and then 5.6 is broken. Yay, us. All right, hold tight. I'm gonna mute for a second, okay? Yeah. Whew. That's freaking me out. All right. So I'm going to investigate what this is because it takes away some of what we want to do. All right. So let us go over and we're going to work on enemies. Now I will record. Everybody good? Yes, no, maybe so. Okay.
Yep.
So please do not procrastinate. Still make that metahuman. It doesn't matter. Turn it in for the assignment. I will have to tweak of course, I'm going to have to tweak the rubric unless I find something, which I doubt from what I'm skimming through. So give me 1 second. That's crazy. Okay. One more thing. Before I start recording. All right. Hopefully y'all can't hear my dog making a lot of noise. All right. Here we go. All right. So we're gonna turn we're going to work on some enemies because we know we have to have them. Now there's multiple ways to do the enemy, and I want to show you the different ways because you may have some that only patrol, that only chase, but we will end up doing them with the behavior tree, and then we'll be able to call like the death animation and all of that fun stuff. So I'm going to start out by making a folder. Oh, please. All right, I'm going to start out by making a folder in my folder. Blueprints, yeah. And I'm going to call it enemy. Enemies. And then I'm going to double click. And this is going to be enemy 1. All right, now why did I say we were doing it 3 ways?
Is it because
Because you never know what you need. You may need one just patrolling, just chasing, need one that's able to do hit and all that other fun stuff, right? Everybody get that? Okay.
Yeah.
Okay. All right, here we go. So I'm going to do exactly what we did before, and I'm going to make a copy of our third person character, okay? So there's Quinn, and I make actually a child of it. And I'm doing a fresh child because I don't want any of the code from when we did the character lead. So I'll do that here. And I will move it. Well, I've already clicked on it. So I'm going to name it Enemy 1. Enemy 01. Or wine. All right. So I'm going to move it into my folder. Probably going to have to move it twice. All right. And I will put it in the Enemy 01 folder. And we'll do everything we need to do in here. Try to keep these separate. Also, I think I am going to go ahead and get the texture, and we will do a material instance, and we'll move it in here as well. And I will probably rename it. Yeah, go ahead. Who's that?
Oh, sorry, that's me. I was just curious about like when you mean like enemy types, everything like humans, robot, alien, drones,
Doesn't matter.
computing. Oh,
Yeah. All of this is about their movement and their perception, right? Because we got the pawn sensing. So how do they hear us? How do they see us? So that's what I'm going over today. Since I've had to pivot because of our skewed character, It is what it is. So I'm gonna double click and change this to, I guess, I'm gonna hit the base color, paint tint, and go to red. So I know it's an enemy. And I'll save it and then go back over to my enemy. I need to pull my monitor in. Yeah, this is all about movement and, you know, controlling what you want it to do. So adjust this. All right. So back over in my enemy, this is just the prep work, right? So we'll pull this over here. And now I have an enemy. And I'm going to also pull it out here. All right. So I have a good testing ground. So in this blueprint, just my screen's wrong. We want to do the following. So we're going to go into the event graph. And we are going to make sure I've got this framed up well for y'all to see. We're going to make a custom event. So custom event. And we're going to call it enemy patrol. Enemy patrol. And out of this, we're going to set the max walk speed. Set max walk. Let me see if I can see it now. Yep. So whenever you can't see something that I'm asking you to pull up, always check that context box, okay? Sorry, trying to readjust. Not working here. All right, so check walk speed. Whose walk speed? We want to get the player movement. So character movement. Character, can't see. Move, can't spell. All right. So we want to do the get character movement under character, okay? Hey, who's that? Everybody good?
Yeah.
Okay, I just heard somebody come through the mic. I'm gonna change the walk speed to 150 so it's more like a stroll, right? Imagine one big bulky guy kind of moving around. All right, so now we want an AI move to. Automatic. And now we're gonna tell it who to move it to. So we're gonna move the pawn, which is self, get reference to self. We're gonna move itself. And I will make sure to get these screenshots up for you. Move everything over. All right, and then the destination, we're going to get the patrol loc, which means that we need a private variable called locations. Sorry. Patrol loc, and it's going to be of type vector. Right? What's the position? So we're going to get it. And then we want to do it like this. But we need to do something else. We need to get a copy. I don't think it likes the A. No, it doesn't like either one of those. You look at it by itself. This is the problem with UE. There's so much in here. You're like, well, get what? And it may be that I have the wrong type. Give me 1 second. because I had not prepped for this. I expected my metahumans to work. So give me 1 second. Which is just ridiculous. Ridiculous. How many of y'all are done with the next assignment? Still in the 5th.
You mean the one with the walking characters? The metahumans?
No, the metahumans wasn't due until the 12th. I don't know, give me a second. Is my internet going? Okay, if my internet's going bad, because it is spinning, everything is spinning. I paused my video because I don't need all this on video, so y'all give me a second. You shut everything down. It's like, oh, go sit your butt down.
Are you using 5.6 on Unreal?
Oh, yeah.
Could it be like a Unreal thing?
Not for my internet, it shouldn't be. But the metahumans is definitely a 5.6 something. They've identified that it is an issue, but instead of them coming out with, here's the fix, they got people going around, and I'm not gonna ask y'all to be sitting here waiting. I mean, what? We just want to do story stuff. They're killing me sometimes. All right, give me a second. Let me find what I'm looking for. I always like to have my reference in front of me. Like I said, I wasn't expecting to have to do this today. That's okay. Aha, it's of the wrong type. Dum, dum, dum. All right, here we go. Ready to go now. All right. You zoom in. All right, so I've got 2 different things here. Let me get rid of this. And let me, this is correct. There's a patrol location. But if you look over here, when I select it, I can change it to an array. And so these will be a series of positions, just like we did. Oh, thank you. Ha. Thank you. All right, so let me restate that. The vector needs to be turned into an array. The way to do that is to select it and make sure you go over here to details and change it to array. Before it was single, so change it to array. And then we also need another location. We will also end up exposing this, but I don't want to do it yet. So we will do a locations. And this is of type integer. The purpose of this is so we know how many. All right, and this should be single, not an array. So let's make sure we have that. All right, and so now we will get the patrol location, and then we will drag out and do a get a copy. There it is. The other thing is we're going to get the number, and then we'll put it in the destination. So basically what we did for the character lead and the animal and the human, we're going to do the exact same thing, and more like waypoints, if you want to think of them that way. So we can do that. And then the next part is to, let me compile and save. And notice that once we save, we have locations here, but we also need to expose the vector. So I'll have to show it to you. Basically, we're going to take that same kind of eyedropper thing that we did with the key in the door and show it. We'll have the empty actors and give it those positions. But all we have to do is use the key, the eyedropper. So we'll open the eye, and we will compile and save, and just make sure we don't have anything else to do over here. We have instance editable, and then expose on spawn. So make sure you have those 2 things. compile, save, and then we'll save all one more time. And then we'll keep going. So once we move the character to the positions, we need to do a delay, which means that they pause. You can set the delay to whatever you need it to be. I'm going to do this one for, let's do random. And the way we do that is the random float within a range. So it's going to figure out if it's like 2.5, it could be 0.7. So we'll do random float in range. And this is where you set your range between, I think it should be between 0.5 seconds and, I don't know, 3.2. Put whatever numbers you want in there. But that's your range, okay? And then once it delays, we're going to call enemy patrol, but we have not set up enemy patrol yet. Yes, we did. We're going to call it. We made a custom event. Now we're going to call it again so it starts back over. So it's a loop. Everybody understand? So what it's going to be doing is checking the position. Where am I? I'm in position number 2. Did I get to the end? I delayed, and now I'm going to call this event again. What position am I in? I'm in position 2. I want to go to position. Let's just keep it in number 3, and then it's going to wait. I don't know, this time 0.8 seconds, and then it's going to call it again. So this time we're going to come out and do enemy patrol. We're calling the same function. Sorry, y'all. And then we're going to increment the position. So we're going to get the locations. And the locations is based on how many we have, all right? That's the purpose of the array. So we'll get the location. We will increment plus plus, not the same as add. See the difference? Not the same. So you got increment and decrement which would be minus minus. So make sure you have that clear. And then we are going to, I don't know why it's getting smaller and smaller. We're going to branch it. So when you want to create a branch, just hold down B and left click. And so now we need a condition. And the condition is if we are in the exact same location that we were in before, then we need to do something. We need to move. So we're going to get, well, we could come out of this location. I like to do it fresh. Let's do a new location. Copy, paste. And then we're going to do an equal equal. If it is equal to that location or to the 3 locations, let's do 3. I'm only going to put 3. However many locations, let's say you want to do 6 locations. If it's equal to 6 locations, then it needs to go, it needs to do something. And basically, the something is to set the number of locations back to 0. So basically, if you have 4 fingers and your enemy is at position 1, then that's, y'all know we start with 0 as 1. So if it's at position 0, then it's going to increment and go to position 2. It's going to increment and go to position 3, right? So that's 3. That's my number here. I can't do 4 because that means I have to, that means position 4 is going to have, we're going to have to increment this. If it's equal to the last position, then we're going to reset the position back to 0. Does everybody understand what I just said? This is position number. Okay, I'm just making sure because, you know,
Can you re-explain it again?
yes, yes. And let me see if I can do a visual for you, right? Because we're going to have to come over here and do it. So let me do this. And I'm just going to use my empty actors, okay? Yeah, I'm trying to, I feel like I'm frustrated because the metahumans didn't work. All right, so I'm going to get an empty actor. let's call this location 0, location 1. Let's do location 2, and that's it. So we have 3 locations. Everybody see that? Even though this one might be named 0. Everybody understand that? Yes?
Mhm.
Yeah.
Okay,
Mhm.
all right. So in our code, not only are we checking the location, XYZ vector, we're also checking to see which position we're in. Are we in 0, 1, or 2? All right. But even though it says 0, 1, or 2, it's actually 1, 2, 3. It's a code thing. It's okay. All right. So understanding that I'm going to be here, I'm going to wait 0.7 seconds, and then I'm going to move here. I'm at position 2. So this now knows because I incremented it. I'm going to wait for 2.3 seconds, and then I'm going to go here. And then because I'm at 3, I'm now going to set it back at 0, which means I'm going to walk back over here. Everybody got it? Don't get your numbers. Yes, I'm recording. Yeah, I knew I had to record this.
I let it know.
Okay. All right. And I think once we see it, we'll get it. Now, I want to make sure that we understand where this came from. This came from the custom event that I made at the beginning. So we're just calling it within the same line. Okay. So the other thing we need to do is call the same function every tick of the engine. It's a delta second. So every time the engine runs, we need to call the same function. This is calling it, this is telling it what to do. So let's do this. Let's put a comment and say checking enemy patrol every time the engine ticks. All right, everybody know how to do the comments? All you do is highlight whatever you want and hit C for comment. And then this is telling the enemy how to move. Yeah. And then this one
Camping class.
is
I clocked out.
calling the move function and telling
Oh,
it
what's up,
how
bro?
many
I'm just in class.
to move
This
to
game
the
design.
next
What you working on?
position and count
Oh,
locations. I hope that makes sense. Okay.
okay.
So also when you, hello, there we go. It's overlapping. It takes everything that I've put inside. So, all right, let me make sure I didn't miss anything. Give me 1 second. I'm going to pause right quick. Please remind me to come back. Give me 1 second. Thinking about, y'all know me, I'm always going to double check my stuff, right? All right. I'm really disappointed the metahumans didn't work. I'm really disappointed with that. Like threw me off my whole game. All right. Woo. All right. Hitting record. Hitting resume. All right. So we have our enemy, and what I want to look at is select my enemy, and we should have y'all see the control look here? Do y'all see this? All right.
Yeah.
This is the variable that I exposed that is the array of vectors. All right. And instead of using the empty actors, I'm glad I was able to illustrate that. We're going to define it this way. So I'm going to start, I hate the camera stuff. I'm going to start the enemy over here. Probably back here. I'm going to rotate it. And so I'm going to hit the plus sign. And then I think I need it to, yeah, give me a second. I feel like it's just easy to use those empty actors. You'll see why I say that? Because it wants to, it wants the XYZ. So I'm going to grab this and copy and grab this and paste. Yeah, there we go. All right, so I'm going to take this back over here where I was, and I'm going to grab that location, copy, select the character, and paste it into the first one because that's where I wanted it to start. So I have my different locations, and I'm going to do one more. So I just feel like I want to make sure I have that empty actor selected. If your manipulator does this, just come up here and hit that. Oh, it didn't do it. I gotta rotate it. Yeah, I hate it when it's on the bias like that. Yeah, there we go. All right. So come down here, and I'm going to copy this location and select my character, and this will be my third paste. So again, I say we have 1, 2, 3 locations, but you see that the indexes are 0, 1, 2. So this was why I was trying to count it out so that you could understand what we were doing. I didn't want you to get confused by a count. Okay. Now I'm going to keep my empty actor here as my reference point. And that's all it is. And I'm going to save all, and I need to check my nav mesh because without a nav mesh, the character's not going to move. So I need to look that up and make sure I have something over in this area, nav mesh bounds. It looks like I do. I'm gonna hit P. So that character should be able to walk. You do not have to have a nav mesh per character, so the character should be able to walk. So let's let's see. Yeah, let's go. Now, that character don't look like it's going too far, does it? Let's go see what's going on. It's not going anywhere near where I want it to go. Y'all see the small circle, small little triangle? So the question is, why? Because it's relative to the world. That's why. Let me go back to load. Let me save. And I'm just going to double check one more time. At least it's moving, right?
Did the audio just turn off?
Yeah, I'm muted.
Oh,
You're good. No, you're good. I'm double checking because where I put the that empty actor and where it's going are two different places. Do you see what I'm saying?
yes.
All right, I see what I did. All right, let me edit that. Let me go back.
I had a question.
Yeah, go ahead.
What happens if we don't have the nav mesh?
It won't move.
Okay, I must have missed something because I don't have that on my character.
So it's gonna be on it's gonna be in the level itself. And all you have to do is make sure you have the place actors open. Let me make sure I'm recording. Hold on 1 second. All right, so you don't see it in your outliner?
No.
Okay, so just make sure you have your place actors open. So window place actors, and then you can come up here and type in nav, and it's the nav mesh bounds. And you just pull it into your level and you scale it up. And then if you need to, you hit P to turn it, excuse me, to turn it green.
Okay, thank you.
All right, so of course, you know, OG messed up. That's okay. That's why we're gonna fix it. All right, here we go. Let me turn it. So there was a reason why I was doing what I was doing. So the empty actor is relative to itself. So I'm going to delete all of these. All right. And let me pull this up so you can see what I'm about to do. I still want 3 positions. I'm still on my control look. But if you notice, I need this relative to where I move the character so you can see, we can see its location here. So I'm going to right click and copy this and then do it in the patrol look, okay? So if things work out well, it'll be exactly what I just said. So I'm gonna go way over here and out of the rock and way over here. And this will be my new location, all right? So I'm gonna hit the plus sign, I'm gonna copy the new location, and I'm gonna paste it. I made it harder than I needed to. All right, and then let's do the third one. And I wanna come this way. All right, and so notice also I don't really care about the rotation. So I'm gonna copy, get the plus, and I'm gonna paste. And that should be the fix. So I will file save all, and then let's go take a look. That's an even smaller. The question is, does it ever make it over to the original position? Move out the way. So the random location and range is, I think, bothersome because I never see that it is going where I told it to go in the beginning. Do y'all get what I'm saying? And it's almost like it didn't even start over there. So I want to redefine this first location. So I'm going to copy and paste. And then I also want to look, that delay is not long enough. I mean, they're just really moving. I'm glad they're moving. Let me do this. What I now need to do is trace the code to see if I made a different mistake. So that's what I'm gonna do now. And I think I want to sit here and watch it. All right, I was worried it didn't get to the second part. but it's not seeing my delay. Do y'all see what I see? It's not waiting at all.
Hmm.
Wait.
Is it supposed to wait at a certain spot or wait
Yeah.
after seconds of walking?
It's supposed to wait after each location. So
Is that
let-
duration in seconds?
Yeah, it is. I have. Oh, look at this. It's on success. Let's do the delay. Let's see if that changes things. And let's watch it again. And then we'll go back to the duration. The duration should be just stand there and look like a dork for a second, right? Be like, why am I waiting? Yeah, there we go. Look at it. Okay, let's let her do it again. But it didn't. So that second one is problematic. And notice it's not going to go in order, right? Because it's in the array, it can go anywhere it wants to. It's just checking to see where it is. Has it gone to all three? I'm not mad at that. As long as I see it waiting, I think the 5 minutes is.
What if
Mm-hmm. Go ahead.
what if the delay was before the AI move function?
Then it may never move. It's working fine now.
Okay, just
Yeah.
curious.
Yeah. So here's what I'll do. I'll do this and this. Let's take a look at it. I mean, listen, I'm not always right, and there's always 12 million different ways to do things, right? And this may be even better. So let's look at it. I'm gonna zoom out. I didn't put the range. I want to still see what it does. So everybody understand what I did? That's what I did. Everybody see that?
Mm-hmm.
Okay.
Out of curiosity, how is it like interacting with the collision of like the Quixel assets, like the rocks?
They have their own collision, but the characters, the little dragons don't. So there's never a success. It doesn't. It is successful, but right. Y'all see what I did? Okay. Let me do this. And I'm gonna go back to what I had. But I'm glad. I mean, it's up to you how you do it. As long as the character moves, that's all I care about. So we're just double checking that it fires off. It does look like it's actually better. But why is it delaying, right?
I think I understand.
Mm-hmm.
Because, yeah, now that it's on success, it's basically kind of just arbitrary that you have the 5-second looping timer. And then if it happens to be at the end of the path, at the end of the 5 seconds, it walks somewhere else, but otherwise it doesn't.
I think both way works. Again, the character moves, right? So if you end up doing it this way, that's okay. You can still do your within range. I'm just a creature of habit, so I'm gonna habit my way back over here. And then I think I like the 5 seconds, so I'm gonna add that in here. I think I want to do 2 to 5 seconds. So I'm glad we were able to look at that. All right, so let's look one more time just to double check. I think the other way is better. Did you see how quickly? I'm trying to evaluate the seconds. Like we probably do a print string and ask it how many seconds it's waiting. Yeah, either way works. So if you like the tempo of the other way, you can do it. Okay. All right. So let's have the enemy chase you. All right. So we're gonna do another one. All right. All right, so I'm gonna close this. And like I said, y'all know I'm off the cuff. I wasn't prepared, however. I just want to double check everything. Check the notes, of course. All right, here we go. So I'm going to duplicate both of these. So I'm going to duplicate and name it enemy 2. I'm not going to worry about putting it in another folder. I'm going to duplicate this one and just duplicate and double click, change the color to yellow. And then we'll save both of these. Save all. And then we'll double click and change. We'll delete all of this. All right, let's change the texture so we know who's who. Mesh. And come here. Compile and save and pull them out into the universe. All right, so looks like there's only one function in this one. So let's get it done. Zoom in here. All right, so on the event tick, we're going to tell this character to simple, move to active. And then we're going to come out of the controller and get controller of type pawn, not the get the AI. Okay, so make sure it's the pawn. Let me pull this out so we can make sure we see. And then the goal is to get to the character, right? Get player character. All right, so that's pretty simple enough. On every tick, it's looking for us, right? Everybody got it?
Yeah.
Yeah.
All right, I'm double checking all code, of course. I'm not going. I need it to work the first time, not the 12th. All right, checking notes. Yep.
Sorry if you explained this before, but what are delta seconds?
They're just like microseconds.
Oh,
Yeah. All right. So let's see what happens here. And then we'll add something to it. Here we go. Yar. So we see it working, right? Did everybody see that working? Yes?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. All right. So now we need to add one thing. We need to add pawn sensing to the character. All right. And then I'm just double checking everything. Yeah. All right, so over here in the components, let me get this character up because they look like they're already running to us. So what I think I want to do is go back to the previous one and work on that one because that one is not paying us any attention. They're just kind of running. So yeah, let's do that. This is actually a third one. Let's do the third one. And then I think that's it for today. We'll set up a behavior tree. We've already kind of done that. Y'all know how to do that. So the behavior tree for me is should be easier. So let's do this third one. So that one worked. That's great. Yay. We're going to duplicate. And this is enemy 3. And we're going to duplicate. So the purpose of showing you this is to figure out what you need, what you want. Is it that the character is just patrolling and is a minimal deterrent? Is it that you always have a character that's going to be running towards you? And so this last one is going to be a character that can sense you. So let's look at pawn sensing. So I'm going to get rid of this. I may end up redoing it, but that's okay. So we're going to compile and save, and we want to add a component, and we'll add pawn sensing. Now, pawn sensing immediately puts this out there. That means at 180 degrees, they can see you. And you have control over the peripheral angle. You have control over whether or not they can hear you. This is the noise. They see you if they only sense. The sight radius, zoom way out. So that's how far they can see. Hearing threshold. I'm not doing anything with hearing, but imagine if you had a game like Splinter Cell where you needed to be quiet. And then this is the sight radius. So I like to do the sight radius right around here because if I'm on the side of them, I don't necessarily want them to see me. I want to give myself a chance. So now let's go and do some new code. So every time the engine ticks, we want to, this time, tell the AI to move. That's what we did before, right on the first one. The AI moved 2. Now we're going to go backwards and we're going to get a branch. And we're going to check for a condition. Now we need to create a variable. And it's of type Boolean. And the question is, can it see you? So let's come over here. And we'll do the variables and can see you. Question mark. And we'll drag that out here and get it. And then you have to do a not. It's like a double negative, cannot see you. And it will be the not. Where's my not Boolean? There it is. It's the not Boolean. So make sure you get the right one. And that is the condition. Did everybody see the not Boolean? Because if you get the wrong one, it's not going to work. Okay. Out of the not Boolean, out of the branch, we're going to get a delay. The delay is going to, yeah, go ahead.
Someone in the chat asked to repeat it.
Okay, got it. So the question is, can the character see you? I just wanted to be clear about the not. There's a bunch of nots in here, but you need to make sure you have the not Boolean. It's of type Boolean. Okay. So if you don't, then this won't work. All right. Did y'all see the answer about the microseconds. It's about the refresh rate. We just call it when the engine is ticking every time because it's always checking. So it's a great way to check things, right? Every time it ticks. All right, so I just connected this. So when the engine ticks, we're going to check and see if it can see us. There's the branch. If not, we're going to do a delay. I'm going to do a delay of 2 seconds. I don't know if that's good or bad yet. And then we're going to tell it to move to, well, who's going to move? The character itself. So we get reference to itself. And where is it going to move to? So we need to get the player location. So get actor location. And then we need to get the random reachable point and radius. Now we're going to have to think about this as if we drew a circle around the character. Okay, so if we were to look at this character and we put a circle around this character, is there a random reachable point within this circle? That's the radius. So when it moves over here, is there another random reachable point that gets us closer to the character? If it moves over here, is there another random reachable, rotate back up, right here? Is there another random reachable point? Okay, does everybody understand that? Yes?
Yeah, got it.
Okay. All right, everybody, this is for everybody now. Speak up if you don't. Okay. All right, so I'm going to put that in the destination. And now we have to define how big the radius is. Radius for me is going to be 1,000. All right, that gives it a fighting chance to get to me. And then I think that's it. So let's compile, save, let me double check. All right. So this is telling it what to do. It's checking, it's telling it what to do. But we need another set of directions to tell it what to do when it sees me, right? So let's see if this character does anything at all. Now this is the one with the pond sensing, okay? And they got a really big radius. So let's see what happens. It looks like the other one broke. All right, so y'all see how it's just running around. It doesn't know what to do, but at least it's moving, right? What about this person over here? Okay, so I had to come within a range to see that one. So now let's tell this one what to do when it sees us. Everybody good? Okay, all right, I'm just making sure. I'm just making sure. All right, so we need to right click and do on see pawn. Let's see, what function do I need? I need on see pawn from the pawn sensing.
Just be clear, one real quick. Is the player character that you're controlling already in the nav mesh, or is it when you walk into the nav mesh they'll start detecting you?
I am not in the nav mesh.
Okay.
See where I am?
Yeah.
That the nav mesh has nothing to do with the detection. This is just where they stop.
I see. Okay.
Yeah, they can't go any further than that. Yeah, that's a really great question, which means you always have to be thinking about when you want them, right? Because if the point is, if this guy stops to do wiggly arms, if this character gives us some type of instruction, and let's say once I talk to them, there's a big old door, then these characters cannot come over here. They can only stay right there, and they can stand here and wait on me, but they're not, right? So, yeah.
Yeah, I was curious because it seems like it seems like your character's like placed higher than the nav mesh. I'm not sure if the nav mesh accounts for like height
No, it
versus-
doesn't.
Okay.
It doesn't. Because if you look at it, you see that? That's the nav mesh.
And it will like just be always be on top of the texture map or like under it.
It'll be on top unless I pull it under. The purpose of it is, watch this rock right here. If I pull down, you see that? How it starts to cover it? So that means that you're gonna allow it to walk on top of the rock. So it's giving it a path to get on top of the rock.
Oh, cool.
Yeah, yeah. Yeah, sure. I don't want it to be on top of the rock, but. All right, let me. All right, I was trying to look for something. All right, so I'm gonna check the pond, click this, and I'm going to. I'm looking for my add event on pond sensing, but, oh, let me do it this way. All right, so I don't think I've done this in this class yet. So all the time you'll see me right click in the window and do whatever I need to do. This time I need to select the pond sensing. So let me deselect. You'll see that the details panel is always changing. So if I hit pond sensing now, if I scroll all the way down to the bottom, you can see it gives me events. So instead of me sitting here getting frustrated, oh, I can't find pond sensing, it's right here. So on CPON, I'm going to hit the plus sign, and now I have an event. Okay, that is a custom event on pond sensing, so I don't have to do much. All right, so who do we want to sense? We want to sense the third person character. So we're going to cast to the third person. If I can spell, y'all know me. Cast to the third person character. And the pond and the object need to be connected. So make sure, otherwise it will not work. We want to get a sequence of events. So we'll hold down S and click left mouse. And we will connect those. And sequence 0 is to set our variable. Let me show you this. So here it is false. Unchecked it is false. Checking it to true means it sees us. So we're going to set it to true by checking the box. And then it should move to us. Everybody understand that? Again, who's it going to move? It's going to move itself. So we get reference to self. And then the target actor is going to come way back over here to the third person character. So it'll be as BP third person character within this BP. And so we'll pull that over here. That's who it's trying to get to. We'll double click to make a note. And then if it does not see us, which is the if then we will we'll trigger a delay. So we'll pull out. And this time it's a retriggerable delay, right? Usually the delays act like they only want to happen once, but this one you can do it multiple times. I'll do it 0.5. And then we're going to reset this, overtly set it as false again. All right. So let me explain it one more again. Here we go. So if it does see us, then what does it do? It's going to try to get to the character. If it does, if it's true, then move to it. If it's false, then keep waiting and keep checking. Everybody got it?
Oh.
Okay. You're like, I don't know. All right. It's a lot. Trust me when I say I thought I was going to have a brain break today with the Combine, but that was going to give me a bigger headache. Okay, it cannot see us. Let's see what it does. Do you see it going to the faults at the bottom? Can y'all see that?
Yeah.
All right, so let me try to get in its face. Where'd it go? Y'all see that? It's checking everything. It's checking to see if it's true or false. And now it's like, hey, oh, hello. And they're both stalkers. All right. See how they stop? They cannot get past that zone. And now they're checking because now that the pawn sensing is checking, it can't see me. It's just going to run around. Notice that that's happening up top. Y'all see that? So that's your character's 3 different ways. I wanted you to see that, and I think that drives home the point that there's never one way to do anything. You may find that putting something somewhere else is more efficient, but you know, here we go. I'm debating on whether or not I want to let y'all go so you can because I don't need anybody turning in late work on the 5th. And that's in what, 2 days? So if I let you go, I want you to make sure you have that work, the 5th work done. I'm going to update the rubric for doing the characters the 3 ways. So I don't care what colors you have them, but do them, excuse me, in the 3 ways that I just showed you, okay? And really this should be not so bad. I will post up my code. Definitely look at the video. All right, and I'm gonna let you go, okay? Next week, we start on enemies behavior trees, switching out meshes for the behavior trees for the enemies, adding health to them, allowing them to take and deal damage. We will probably most likely, because these are really good characters, use Paragon characters. Just for practice, what you do for your finals up to you, because all you have to do is change the mesh. But I want to start to dive down in that because there's a lot of steps to that. If I don't find a solution for the conversational AI, it's okay. I may, and I'm thinking through it. For the 12, I may still want you to make a metahuman to walk through the process and then do the 3 enemies. The metahuman part is super easy. So I will update you shortly. Let me just think through it. But the 5th is coming soon, so I want to stop and let y'all go do a little bit of work there, if that's okay. Any questions? Let me pause for questions, because I think we were all thrown into a nice little loop today with this crazy squiggly line character.
I had another question.
Yeah, sure.
Can you just quickly show me how you did the material where you pulled it out and changed the colors and everything?
Yeah, sure. So because I was using the 3rd person, this is where it starts, third person blueprint, or rather, you know what? If you've already made a child, and I'll do that fresh, made a child, and you double click to go inside, you'll see both of the materials here, right? One for the body, one for the, like the head and legs. So if you click the folder, and I should have probably had the background open, it takes you to it. So let me go somewhere else. Let me go to content. If I come here and I click it, it'll take me to it. So I'm just clicking the folder. And then you don't want to edit this one because it will edit for all. You want to right click and create an instance. That way you have, that way you have full control. And then when you double click into the instance, now you can go up under base color. Let me pull this over so you can see. And you just want to go to paint tint and checkbox, and then you can change the color.
Okay.
And then make sure you save or it'll revert back.
Thank you.
You're welcome. Anybody else?
Oh yeah, what time? I know we talked about like what time available would you like hold office hours or like class meeting or
Now?
tomorrow?
Now? Oh, tomorrow? In the morning, like 10.
Cool.
If anybody else wants to come, I'll post it. But I can do a session at 10. I'm probably going to sit here and figure out why this metahuman's doing that. Because one of the things that we don't do very well is communicate what our levels are supposed to be doing. And I love the idea that we could, utilize the AI, because all you have to do is hold down T and like talk to it. So it's kind of cool. Here's a good question. In the first enemy, is that the question, James? Let's look at it. And I need to get these up. No, yes. There it is. That's the one with the range. So I'll work on putting this up like ASAP for y'all, okay? Yes, S plus left mouse is sequence. For the branch, it's B plus left mouse. All right, Dominique, you good with the nav mesh? The answer is yes on the navigate. That's how they navigate.
Yeah.
Okay, just double checking. All right, anybody else? So 10 a.m. tomorrow. For anybody who needs it, I'll post. I'll just send a reminder. Let me give myself a reminder. And I'm not going anywhere. I might go downstairs and get something to drink, but I'm going to try to figure out the metahuman, and I'm going to go ahead and update the classroom stuff. Okay, so we know exactly what we're doing. All right, everybody.
All right.
Heard.
All right. Thumbs up, everybody else who didn't unmute. I only heard 2 people.
All good.
All right. I like it. I like it. All right. Like I said, I'm just gonna sit here and work. So if you need me, just hit me in the Discord, okay? See if I can figure this out. All right, y'all. Don't be late with your work, please. Make sure you get it in. I'm gonna go ahead and stop. All right, y'all have a good day, okay?
Thanks, you too.
Thank you, you too.
All right, thanks. Bye.